Welcome back. The Real
Good to be
Estate
here.
Truth. It's been an exciting summer. We just had the Olympics, so figured it'd be a pretty good time to maybe talk about the Olympics and its impact on Atlanta. Going back a few years, 1996. So, what were some of the good things that occurred when the Olympics came to Atlanta?
Well, it was much anticipated. What I remember was really the 4 or 5 years leading up to it. Once we were awarded the Olympics, the venue construction plans started and the construction started. So we were in a bit of a boom for construction of the venues for probably at least 4 years. And a lot of great things were done. It still helped the city. We had the Central Park done, Olympic Park. We had the Georgia Tech domes that housed the Olympics. Georgia Tech became the Olympic Village. The Brave Stadium was the old Brave Stadium. Now the Georgia State Stadium was built and then later reconstructed for the Braves. So it was a lot of construction and venue construction took place. My memory, it was extremely safe downtown. During the Olympics, they had the National Guard and police everywhere. You could walk anywhere you wanted to with ease and no fear. They had a lot of security, so it was a great time to be downtown in Atlanta. So it was a great event. I think it really helped put Atlanta on the map from an international standpoint. I think everybody, the first time, heard Atlanta. They heard about our history. They heard about the city. And maybe one of the benefits of it was we're now a very international city. We have a large population of people from Europe and Asia and South America and Africa and everywhere. You name it. We have a large group. But my other memory was that after the Olympics, the euphoria kind of cooled off quickly. It was like having a great concert and everybody was enthused and it was a great thing. But within 6 months after it was over, it seemed to just fade in the background. So it was a great thing, but it didn't keep repeating itself like I think we hoped it would.
So, did you ever encounter a tenant, an office tenant, who said, "We need to be where the Olympics were located"?
No, I think over the next 25 years that we became more of an international city. So I think it really helped with a lot of tenants, but I never really had a direct connection between the two.
So, looking back just to 1996 versus today, I mean, that's, almost 30 years. What has changed in 30 years in the Atlanta commercial real estate scene?
Well, to give a little interesting history, in 96, I remember I registered and got the domain for lavista.com.
It's a pioneer type move.
And for the internet. And we really had no idea what it was. But said, well, it didn't cost a lot to do it, and it's probably something's going to happen there, almost like the fax machine. And we didn't know, but we went ahead and did. So it was a watershed year because that was really the beginning of the end for the paper world and the beginning of the digital world that we've experienced for the 20-something years, 25, 28 years since then. So there were big changes that were starting in 96. We were still printing our flyers and brochures at the printer.
Was this Kinko's? Did Kinko's exist back then?
Kinko's didn't exist, but its predecessors did.
Okay.
So we would go to the printer. CoStar was around and it was new, but it wasn't on the web yet. So it was there and they would download a database. It was mostly just data. It wasn't what it was today. We still had to rely on the courthouse to look up information. It was 10 years before the iPhone. 96, 10 years. The iPhone really didn't come out until 07. We had desktop computers, but we weren't connected. We had desktop computers, except they would always crash. All that's changed. Today, they're very present in our lives. So there've been huge changes, but a lot of them started in 96, particularly with the internet.
So, with the Olympics just happening in Paris, do you hope for the Olympics to come back to Atlanta one day?
Not really.
What do you think about the World Cup? That's got everybody talking.
I'm sure it'll help the hospitality industry. I don't think that it's really a business, either plus or minus. Okay. It'll help the economy because it'll be a boost, and it spurred the city to do some improvements that they should have already done, but they are doing. So that's a positive. But it's like a Taylor Swift concert. It's a big event, but it's an event. It's not a long duration activity like we hoped the Olympics was.
Well, cool. Well, appreciate you sharing.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's it. It's if you want to talk a little bit about today's market
On our next episode.
All right. Good.
All right.
Thank you.
Go to work.